Hey, do you want to learn how to create a flip and turn page photo slideshow in Camtasia, just like the one you're watching right now? Then stick around, I'll show you how. Before we proceed, if you're new here, on this channel, we make unique and awesome photos and video slideshows and video editing tips and tricks tutorials. So if you want to see more of content like this, consider subscribing. Before we start this video, I just want to thank all you, my subscribers, for being there for me, for making me to hit my first 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, it's time to click that subscribe button. Thank you, I know. So let's get started. Alright, let's go to Camtasia and import our images. I've done that already, so if you haven't, you should do the same. Let's drag our first image to the track on the timeline. And this image, we're going to use it as our background. We're going to add some blur to it to expand it to how long you want it to be. Go to Annotation, drag and drop blur on the second track on the timeline. Drag the blur to cover the surface of the image, just like this. Then expand it to match the length of the first image. And now this is our background. This is what we're going to use as our background. We have a blur background. Now let's add some tracks to the timeline. Let's go back to our medium and drag down our first image to the timeline. Let's resize image. Click on the image and click on more, then click on visual property. Drag and drop border, then go to border setting and change the thickness to 10, the highest thickness. Go to animation. Drag and drop custom animation and drop it on the image. Now let's go to rotation Y, change the scale to -180, and it will give us this effect. Now let's go back to our media and drag down our second image to the timeline. Let's also resize the image to the same size of our previous image. Right click on the previous image and copy effects on the second image and paste effects. Now align the second image to the end of the first image animation. Copy the first image animation and paste it on the second image. And the same effect will be applied to the second image. And this is how you do it. Just follow the process for each of your images. Do it one after the other. Doesn't matter how many images you're going to animate. Just follow the same process and do the same to all the other images, one after the other. Alright, we're done with our animation. Let's make sure the background matches the length of the animation. So let's check it out and see what we have. Click the play button. Isn't it awesome? Alright, we're not done yet. Let's add some transition to it. So go to transition and under the drop down choose 3D. Drag down, flip and add it to the beginning of the images, one after the other. Or you can highlight them and drag and drop it at the same time. So let's expand our last image and the other images. Now let's look for page roll and page turn. Now we can apply it interchangeably. So let's apply it to the end of all our images, then extend it. Make sure the second image is slightly ahead of the first image, so that at the end of it, we will have an effect like this. It will close one after the other. So just drag and add it to the end of all the images and expand the image to be slightly ahead of the previous image, just like this. So when you're done with it, expand the background to match the length of the images. Now let's preview it and see what we have. Isn't it awesome? So far we're done with our tutorial, but we can add music to it. So add another track on the timeline, then go to Camtasia library and go to music and pick and drop anyone you would like. But I have some music within, some music from my system, so I'm going to use the one I have on my system. You can do the same thing too. So just drag and drop one on the timeline and make sure you go through it. Cut out the part you don't want and keep the one you want and trim it to be the same length. If it's too high, you can lower it a little bit, and when you're done, we're done. So that's it. That's the end of this tutorial. I just hope you enjoy. If you would like to see more tutorial in Camtasia, you should leave a comment below. If you find this video valuable, like and leave a comment below to let us know what you would like to learn next. And once again, thank you for being one of my subscribers. If you enjoyed this video, then click the next video on the screen right now.